So now let's start with the JavaScript part of this particular project. So for that we need to use the script.js file. So inside of that file, first we need to start with the update clock method. So this function will be called when we launch the project. So we are going to call this function outside of the project by using the set interval method. Means after 1 second we are going to call this function once the project is loaded to the screen. Okay, or we can say the project is loaded into the browser. So first we need to here specify the function. So function is going to like update, or I can say that the update clock function. Okay, so this will be the function name that we are going to use, and we are going to call this function by using the set interval method, and inside of that we need to specify the method. Okay, so the callback we are going to specify here, not an arrow function callback. We need to pass here an update clock callback without the brackets, and then instead of that we need to specify the 1000 millisecond, which is actually equal for the 1 second. And then once we load this project, you will see nothing is happening, because after that whatever code we will write inside of this function, it will be executed after 1 second. Okay, so let's do it. So the first thing is we need to get the IDs of the elements, okay, like these 1, and after that we need to add the logic to calculate the hours, minutes and seconds. So the first thing is I'm going to get the IDs of the elements. So right now you can see the inside the HTML part, I didn't specify the ID to these 3 span elements, so it's time to specify the ID as well. So here I will be using the ID attribute, and then inside of that I will be specifying the ID as hours, and this one is going to for the minutes, and this is the third one is actually for the is for the seconds. Okay, so we need to fetch the ID of all of these 3 elements inside the script.js. So for fetching the ID we are going to here use the const. Okay, so for the const, so the first thing is we need to here type the hours element, okay, is equal to, then it's going to be like get, or I can say that the document, not get, it's like document dot get element of ID inside of the brackets, and you start here the brackets and semicolon, and then we need to specify here hours. Make sure the name is perfectly typed, and then I'm going to copy this into 2 more times to save a little bit of the time. Okay, and here I will be using the minutes, and this will is going for the seconds, and here also I need to specify the minutes, and this is for the seconds. Okay, so now the element ID is fetched properly. Then we need to create here 3 variables. Now before creating the hours, minutes and seconds variable, we need to first create a variable to actually hold the date object. So for that, first I'm going to create here let now, and inside of this now we are going to initialize the value with the use of new operator, and we are going to use the date of class object. So we created a variable of the date, and it's having the reference, means this now variable has a reference of this date object. Okay, and after that we need to create a variable which is hours, and it's equal to now with the function of now we are going to use the get hours. Okay, and hours, and we are going to use the function hours, and then we are going to terminate it. Similarly we need to find out the minutes is equal to, and then again you using the now dot get minutes, and then to complete its body by using the bracket, and then again we need a seconds is equal to, and then we need to use the now, and then here we will be using the get seconds. So finally we are able to fetch the hours, minutes and seconds if we directly set these values to the elements, which we can do it by the way. Then you can see here our hours element. So if I use the hours element dot, and we are going to update its text content. So if I use it and equals to hours, which is our hours variable, and similarly for the minutes one, which is our minutes element dot text content, is equal to, and here we'll be using the minutes semicolon to terminate it, and then we are going to use this seconds element dot text content is equal to seconds. If I terminate it and if I save it, then you can see inside the browser the things are actually working, means the code is actually working. Right now the time is 12:21 AM, so it's actually showing the 21 AM, but we want our project to display the timer in a form of 2 digits. So for that we need to calculate and add some logic. So I'm going to use the ternary operator for that to display the time in 2 digits. Right now you can see it's actually displaying the 2 digits, the only for that because right now this is actually 21 minutes 26 seconds. But if you see the second is completed like 60, and then when it's turned back to 0, 1, 2, then it's also going to display in the single digit. So for that we need to calculate the hours. We need to modify the hours variable value. Okay, so first we need to modify the value of this hours variable on the basis of the certain condition. So first I'm going to type here hours is equal to, and then here I'm again going to type the hours value. So if it is smaller than 10, which is a 2-digit value, smaller than 10, then I'm going to here use the question mark sign. Then this is for the ternary operator. If it is smaller than, then we are going to append the 0 inside of it, like this 0 will be added to our hours variable. This particular hours will be first compared with this value 10. If it is smaller than 10, then this block will be executed, means this particular code will be executed, which will be 0 added to the hours variable, and then this entire value will be initialized to this hour variable. Okay, and after that if it is not happen, then it's going to display the value of the hours. Okay, if it is not smaller than 10, then this particular hours variable value will be initialized to the hours. I think this is very clear to you. This is the best thing I can do, and similarly we need to do this same with the use of minutes and also with the seconds. So here inside of this I will be using for the minutes. If minutes is smaller than 10, like this similar one, then 10 will be added. If it is minutes is smaller than the value of 10, then 0 will be added to the minutes. Again I'm repeating so that you can easily remember the logic. If it is not the case, if minutes is not smaller than 10, then this particular value will be executed, then it's going to initialize the minutes. Okay, similarly it is going to happen in case of seconds as well. So if it is seconds, if seconds is smaller than 10, then it's going to append the 0 to the seconds. If it is not a case, if second is not smaller than 10, then this will be not be executed. Then here this second variable value will be initialized to the seconds variable. So that marks the completion of the code. If I control save it, then you can see everything is now appearing 2 digits. You can see right now we are actually having 12:56 AM. So right now you can see 56 and it's displaying these seconds. So 56 minutes, then there is a 12, so it's actually going to be 00. Okay, and similarly for this one you can see here 57 minutes, this is also having 57 minutes. So that marks the completion of the code for this project, which is our digital clock application. So if you are actually enjoying the course and if you like my videos, then please leave a review, because your review definitely going to help me to actually enhance the quality of my course. Also it will help me to enhance the quality of my future courses. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next lecture.